Hey, what's up? Welcome back, everybody, to more MSQ playthrough. We are in Dawntrail. We are in Shaloni. We're in a new area. We're traveling with Aaron Vel. Apologies in advance. I'm not feeling 100%. Um, and then my voice is suffering, and I'm a little bit congested and everything. And I should take the day off. I should not be recording today, but two things. One, I really want to continue playing MSQ and I really want to continue with the story. And two, this would make me feel better, to be honest. Like, there's no better medicine than doing things that you love or doing things that you enjoy. And doing more MSQ is going to make me feel better. So we're going to go ahead and trudge through, and apologies in advance, and I hope you just bear with me. I'll do my best with the voices. No doubt these are the infamous local bandits. Please, you have to help. I've been robbed. It's Namika, Wuklimat's nursemaid. Erenvel, MSQ. Come any closer and we'll slit her throat from ear to ear. If you so much as nick her skin, you won't live to regret it. Oh, yeah? Hold on. Did he say this is Wuklimat's nursemaid? Maybe ain't such a good idea. Take the goods to the boss. We'll deal with this. Please, you have to give it back. I'm going after Amika. This lot I leave to you. You bastard. I'll hang him by the ears and feed the old woman to the dogs. We can deal with them later. First, we need to put this one in the dirt. Some weird looking weapons y'all got. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without you. The bandits managed to get away, but I have an idea of where they're headed. You said they stole something from you. A bracelet. It's a parting gift from Wuklamat. Let's see. Closest you two were, I can only imagine how much it meant to you. But what brings you all this way? With the right to succession ended and Wuklamat crowned the next Dawn servant, she is ready to stand on her own. I told her as much, and of my plans to return home to Yasulani. She gave me the bracelet that I might always remember our time together. It filled me with such joy. I wanted everyone to know, everyone to see this wonderful gift given to me by the vow of resolve, and now it's gone. I would have let them take every coin to my name if only they had left me that bracelet. I would ask what you intend to do, but I know that look. We're getting that bracelet back. Please, you mustn't put yourself in harm's way for my sake. I can assure you no harm will come to us. MSQ will make certain of that. I understand your methods can be brutal, but it would be wise to show some restraint, lest you find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Perhaps I should come as well. To be sure all proceeds as it should. I don't know what to say. I can see why Wuklamat put so much faith in you both. Before anything else, let's see her back to Shishinawasi Springs. She'll be safer in town. With Yelate there to keep an eye on her, we should have nothing to worry about. Thank you, both of you. Edenreal told me what happened, and you wouldn't need to worry about Namika. If those bandits should find us, I'll keep up a fuss and see them driven off. That bracelet meant everything to her, and those bastards wouldn't care even if they knew. Makes me sick. But at least she's safe. I know you'll set things right. Alright, let's go and recover that bracelet. While I have nothing but contempt for these bandits, as this involves a gift from Urklamat, we must be mindful how our actions might reflect upon her. I doubt Namika would find joy in the return of said gift if lives were taken in the process. If it comes to violence, I ask that you stop short of killing them. The rest we can leave to the Dustwatch. Well now, that makes me think you're strong. Really strong, are you? I may have saved the star on one occasion. You saved the star? That's a bold claim to make, but if true, that certainly speaks to your strength. If your curiosity has been sated, then please indulge mine. Is there anything you can tell us about these bandits? Let's see. Well, of late there's been talk about some unsavory times coming and going from Tonatianwi to the southwest. Is that old mining town that was abandoned? That's the one. Now that ceruleum extraction is big business, no one wants to waste their time picking at the dried up veins there. Sounds like a perfect lair for bandits, not to mention the one that with the bracelet fled in that direction. So you'll be investigating the place. I can let the Dustwatch know if you like. No, not yet. It would be best if we went alone. There's something I'd like to ascertain. If you've no objections? Right then, let's be off. It seems the bandits have claimed this place for themselves. They've made no attempt to conceal their presence. How can the Dust Watch not have noticed by now? A question for another time. First, we must find the bracelet. I don't see the bandit who had it. Perhaps they're in one of the buildings. Ramshackle as they are, it should prove a simple thing to eavesdrop on anyone inside. If you would go and have a look about, I'll keep watch for trouble. I see an aether current. The bandits will not notice you here. You can safely eavesdrop on anyone inside. As you lean in to listen, you begin to pick out voices in the muffled chatter. You know where we'd be without him. Probably shoveling sand, praying we'd strike it rich. Ain't that the truth? Only an idiot would work the mines with easier money to be had. Not when we got a boss who can keep the dust watch off our backs. Hey, watch what you say. The one's got a way of carrying secrets to the wrong ears. Maybe so, but who'd ever believe one of them sainted souls was running our crew? That drunk who brought your story about the gold shitting alpaca, am I right? Ha ha ha! Can I get past these two? I want this aether current. The bandits will not notice you here. Let me out of here, you bastard. Shut your mouth, you sneveling little brat. Make me. I'll get you all back for framing my friends. The vulture most of all. You tell him he can eat shit. How about we give you the chance to tell him yourself? We'll see how tough you are then. Brought back a prize you're gonna love, boss. Have a look at this bracelet. Beautiful, ain't it? Bet it was made by a famous artisan. You idiot. How are we supposed to move something like this without attracting attention? Boss, please. Please, I'm sorry. Reckon we could find a sailor who won't ask questions. Sell for a song. Here, your reward. Don't bring me this kind of grief again. I won't, boss, thank you. Finished, are you? Let's retreat for now. So, were you able to learn anything? Their leader is a man of the Dust Watch. That would explain why these bandits have been able to do as they please. You say they gave their bracelet to him. It seems we have our work cut out for us. Did you hear anything else of note? Zekoa? That's the boy who confronted one of the officers in town, isn't it? And you say they threatened to take him to speak with the Vulture, Their leader's alias, no doubt. Fitting for a man who preys on the helpless. Well then, not only do we have a better idea of who's behind the recent rash of robberies in Husatawi, but we also know he has the bracelet. Retrieving it would be bloodshed will prove difficult without. Retrieving it without bloodshed will prove difficult, though, if he's that quick to point a gun at his own underlings. We need to get him alone. You're right. If we confront him with his henchmen around, a violent outcome is all but guaranteed. I might have a plan. There's a small settlement to the southeast of here. What in the hell? Luwatanen... Oh my god. Luwatanen Yawawasa. Luwatanen Yawawasa. Luwatanen Yawawasa. Jesus Christ, Yoshi P. Meet me there and I'll explain everything. Imagine not having to voice these. Imagine it just being able to read this and then keep going. Couldn't be me. I don't. I'll go for Aether Currents later. I'm gonna do it right now. Just if they're close by, then absolutely. If we're to retreat or place it without conflict, it won't be done barging in through the front door. We'll have to lure him out. To do that, we'll avail ourselves of Yahihikeya, dragon-like creatures that live to the south of here. It's their breeding season, you see, and the males will flock to the scent of a female in heat. With a few ingredients and a sample of their feces, I can create an attractant that will resemble this scent when burned. We can lure the Yahihikia into the bandits' hideout, flushing out the vulture and his gang. And while they contend with our flying friends, we can sneak in and search for the bracelet. I'm afraid I must ask that you collect the excrement. While you see to that, we'll go and procure the remaining ingredients. And before you say anything, I did not ask this because of any aversion to feces. It would simply be easier for me to find the specific species of wild plants we require. Here, take these 3 pouches, see them filled, and I will handle the rest. Here's the no pallet tender. Shit! Shit! Run! We've been spotted. Yahihikia. They look like pterodactyls. I'm gonna have to fight this fucker, aren't I? There is an Aether Current. I'm gonna go grab that and then go back to Aaronville. Okay. Aether Current acquired. We're around the corner. Finished already, are we? Excellent. This will do nicely. All that's left is to mix the feces with Dumblecraw's fibers, dried nopalatander root, and a generous helping of animal fat. Come, let's get back to Tonati and Wai. Everything is ready. Time to set our plan into motion. A fair number appear to be gathered inside. Now's our chance. I will keep watch from here. The attracted I leave to you. Toss it into the bonfire near the middle of town. The Ahihikia will come soon after. What's that smell? Oh, that reeks. What did you put in the fire? Wasn't me, I swear. Did something die? Someone want to explain that ungodly stench to me? Boss? Over there. Huh? What in the world? Run for your lives! So the smoke's what drew them here? I swear when I find out who did this. I'd say our friends have stirred up enough trouble. Time to retrieve the bracelet. Hey, what's going on out there? I'm still in here in case you've forgotten. Sit tight. We'll be back for you. What? You gotta get me out of here now. They're gonna kill me. I'm begging you, please. Shh, they'll hear you. Shit. Who was that? Hey, are you gonna get me help or what? The bracelet must wait. Let's break him out and withdraw for now. All that effort and not to show for it. Sorry about that, but damn, I didn't think anyone would have the balls to take on the vulture. Don't need to apologize. We were planning to save you. Eventually. Really? And I don't even know who you are. You secret admirers of mine or something? I'm just having fun with you, but I do appreciate the help. This man they call the vulture. I've seen his face before. Was he not the officer you confronted in town? The one and the same. When he's not masquerading as a gang leader, he serves as deputy chief of the Dust Watch. That would explain why the bandits are so confident they can avoid capture. You're trying to get back something the vulture stole, right? Let me help. It's the least I can do after you bailed me out back there. I have an idea where he's hid his cash. Reckon he's headed there now, too. We can go together. I've got a score to settle with him myself. I don't doubt that you do, but we need to know what it is first. Will you tell us? So, those bandits said Tanatenyawi, they're called the Daybreakers, and it was me and my friends that founded the group. But it wasn't a gang of cutthroats. Not back then. We just wanted to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. Kids being harassed by bullies, workers being exploited by the mining concerns, folks who needed help to even the odds. That was 3 years ago. Whenever we found someone scheming in the shadows, we settled matters the best way we knew how, with a duel. I see. By the old laws, anyone who loses in a duel must be held to account for their crimes, even those in positions of authority. And we made sure they did, every time. Before we knew it, damn, our small band of friends commanded a force to be reckoned with. Then, about a year ago, the vulture and his thugs showed up. They got the better of us and took over the Daybreakers. Everyone was afraid of him, so they did his bidding without question. But when he showed them how they could make a fortune easily, that was when he really won them over. Now the Daybreakers is nothing but a bunch of bandits and cutthroats who prey on the people it was created to protect. I talked it over with my friends, Zrikana and Lewin, and we all agreed the only way to stop him was to challenge him to a duel. He accepted. I still remember how he gloated that he'd win. But when the day came, he showed up with the Dust Watch and had my friends arrested on charges of robbery. As if that wasn't enough, he set their bail at a price no one could ever hope to pay. With them locked away, there was no one left to help me. None of my old friends from the Daybreakers, and certainly not the Dust Watch. And that's why you're ready to challenge him in the middle of town. I was, until that guy with the spear that stopped me. No sooner had I stepped out of town than the vulture's minions caught me by surprise. They took me prisoner, then, well, you know the rest. You said the Dust Watch would be of no help. Are they all working for the vulture, then? No, not all of them. The Sheriff Kamaka, he's as honest as they come, a staunch keeper of the peace. Problem is, he's a little too trusting and doesn't suspect a thing. If it were my word against the deputy chief's, what do you think he'd believe? Well, if he knows where this vulture keeps his spoils, perhaps he can help us recover Namika's bracelet. What do you think? For what it's worth, I have a plan, but I can't do it alone. Plan? All I ask is that you hear me out. Not here. I'll be waiting for you at Sheshinawezi Springs. I guess we can decide what to do after he gives us the pitch. Good, you're here. This is where he hides his loot. I expect he'll show up soon. Well, well, look who it is. Storing stolen goods here seems risky, but I suppose it's an option for someone with his authority. Yeah, he moves the spoils in cerulean barrels where no one would think to look. They're mixed in with regular shipments of fuel to Tulio Lao, where they're sold off. You said he stole a bracelet of yours, right? He knows you're on his tail. Chances are he'll be eager to get what he can for it. But I doubt he'd trust a lackey with that business, given the provenance of the piece. No, I'll wager he's not letting that bracelet out of his sight till he's got coin in hand. I wasn't sure what to make of you after Usatawi, but I'm glad to see you're more than an impulsive child. Oh, well, not my finest hour, I'll admit. But there's a lesson in that. The vulture's a slippery bastard. If we're gonna catch him, we need to back him into a corner with hard evidence. That's my plan. First, we need to lure him away from here. Over to Husatawi would be idea. For that, I need one of you to help me. This will buy time for the others to search for the barrels for any stolen goods, and using that, we'll expose him as a criminal. There's no way to tell if Weiwut's carrying the bracelet, but regardless, there'll be time enough to find it once he's behind bars. But won't he simply feign innocence? He'll try, and that's when I'll challenge him to a duel. A duel? That approach didn't work out so well for your friends, as I recall. True, but unlike before, I'll challenge him in front of the whole town. That way he won't be able to wriggle out of it like before. Every man, woman, and child of the wilds understands the importance of duels and the old laws. The deputy chief would never disgrace himself by refusing. But wouldn't you be breaking the law by using a firearm in town? It's not as if we'd be using live rounds, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. What's important is that I get him to duel with as many witnesses as possible. When he loses, and he will lose, that'll be the end of the vulture. The plan is not without flaws, but what do you think? I say let him have his duel. Thanks. I sure was lucky running into the two of you. You won't regret this, I promise. If you're satisfied, then so am I. I knew I could count on you. We're seen in Tonate and Yawi, so it's probably best I stay and search the barrels. You're with me. Tell the vulture I tried to rob you, but you managed to overpower me. Even if he suspects a trap, he won't be able to resist taking the bait. You want to buy your friend as much time as possible and make your way to Husatawi. Once you've got the vulture there, I'll take care of the rest. Alright then, let's get to it. The Yehihiki, we're likely that Shatona's doing. What's his angle? Huh. And then there's the brat. It's past time I dealt with him. You fucking... Oh, I am clicked on him. I'm like, Jesus, click on the guy. Was already clicked on him. What's this? Unfamiliar face in these parts. Have you need of the Dust Watch, sir? What? Zakoa tried to rob you, but you apprehended him. I see. So, desperate was he to see his friends free from prison, he turned to a life of crime. How awful. You have my sincerest thanks, sir. Might I trouble you to take me to him? I want to see what he has to say over here. Ask him about the Sheshinawazi Springs. Not that this is an appropriate time for me to play a tour guide, but if you insist. Sheshanawezi Springs is home to a thriving cerulean mining industry. The prospect of easy coin has attracted some undesirables, though. Is that so, my guy? Is that so? Is this the place? I don't see him. Just a little further. All right, lead on. Is this the place then? Sorry, I'm starting to learn my way around. This is some sort of joke. Of all the... Let's keep moving. I'm not a fan of putting quest markers in the way of enemies. It's very annoying. This better be the place. Now I remember. My patience is wearing awfully thin, sir. If he isn't at the next place we stop, I may be forced to do something you and I would both dearly regret. Where the hell does it want me to go? Tiny ass little baby mark on the map. Smaller than the chat bubble it wants you to do. I'm not doing the chat bubbles because it doesn't make sense to me to do them if he's already patience is tested. Like, no. Alright, where is he? I don't see him anywhere. Where is Zakoa? Tell me where he is or I'll bury you in the same grave. Goodness me, where could he have gone? That's it. I've had it with these games and I've had it with you. Hey, Wihute, you looking for me? If you want to place me under arrest, you'll have to work a little harder. You'll be begging for a cell by the time I'm done with you.
Wahoote! Finally caught up to me, I see.
Well, well, if it isn't our young outlaw. You've taken up stealing, I'm told. Can't say I'm surprised about that, but I am surprised that you'd offer yourself up to be arrested.
Sorry to disappoint, but you're the one who's going to answer for their crimes today.
Hey, that's my jewelry!
In my bag! So you found the stolen goods. That's fine work.
This barrel was at Chisenowetsi Springs, mixed in with others bound for Tuliyola. The Landsguard would have presumed it part of the regular ceruleum shipments and waved it through. And once it reached its destination, it would have been retrieved, and its contents sold for coin.
The audacity. Do we know who's behind this?
As fortune would have it, I spied the leader of this operation being handed one of the stolen items. A bracelet, which Vau Wuklamat had intended for her nursemaid, Namika.
It was from the Vow of Resolve?
Oh, you've seen it then?
No, no, never. And if I knew who had it, I would have arrested the scoundrel.
You would have had to arrest yourself.
What's the meaning of this, Wahoote?
It's a setup, sir. I have the bracelet, yes, but I only 'cause I found it. I swear. They're the real criminals. They concocted this scheme to frame me, so they could get me out of the picture.
If you feel your honor's at stake, there's always the old-fashioned way. The law which folks have used to settle their differences for generations.
You don't mean...
Wahoote, I challenge you to a duel. The winner is right, the loser is wrong. Doesn't get simpler than that.
Yeah, have at it!
Let your pistols do the talking!
Please, do you honestly believe you can goad me into playing your game?
It's the law, you fuckboy.
You refuse then? A baby alpaca's got more fight than you.
All right, boy. But remember, you asked for this.
Come on, Zakawa! Give him what for!
Shouldn't we stop him, Chief? Even if it's just rubber bullets, we're in the middle of town.
Be quiet. Just watch. shit.
Looks like you've gotten slow in your old age, Vulture.
You and I are going to have a long talk.
I apologize for dueling in the middle of town. If you want to lock me up, then lock me up. But please, let my friends go. They've done nothing wrong.
You drew your gun within town limits. But Wihute drew first. Far as I'm concerned, you acted in self-defense. You're free to go. As are your friends.
Ah, you're not such a bad guy after all.
Just a man of the wilds, like you. But to think that Wihute had taken control of the Daybreakers, it pains me that it happened right under my nose.
What are you gonna do about his crew? Some of them are still in Tonatenui.
Those who have broken the law will be taken into custody. But those who haven't will be given the chance to resume walking the straight and narrow. What about you, Zekua? What do you intend to do now?
Why, what I've always done. Protect the weak and help the helpless. The old-fashioned way.
Here, this was Vawuklamat's gift for someone, wasn't it?
Yes, a person very dear to her.
I suppose this is where we go our separate ways. My thanks again for your help apprehending the Vulture.
That ended up being rather more complicated than expected, but all's well that ends well. Phew, finally it's over. I couldn't have brought him to justice without your help. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Now that we have replaced it, let us return to Sheshanewezewi Springs. Will you be staying there long? I'd like to give you a proper thanks after I found my friends. We weren't planning on it, but there's no need to rush. We'll see you at the springs then. Oh, now I see Blue Quest. Alright, I'll remember that for my main. Most of these maps in Dawntrail have been pretty large. Looks like we've got one more Aetheryte. My bracelet, thank you. Thank you so much. This is more than just a gift. It is a part of me I could never hope to replace. Truly, Wuklamat is blessed to have such devoted friends. Well, I wouldn't put it quite that way. I prefer to think of us as more as long-standing acquaintances. Regardless of how you choose to describe it, there's no denying the depth of your bond, though I'm sure you'll continue to do so. Can't say I'm surprised the deputy chief turned out to be the bandits' leader. I always knew something wasn't right about him. An easy claim to make the gift of hindsight. There you are. The real Daybreakers have arrived. I'd like you to meet my two best friends, Quicana and Luween. If it wasn't for you believing in Zakoa and doing what you did, we'd still be locked up. You have no idea how satisfying it was to see that bastard Wehute put behind bars. We never gave up hope that Zakoa would find a way to get us out. He was always the best of the Daybreakers. Glad he was able to convince you to go along with his plan. Unfortunately, our group is smaller now and lacking in strength besides. Some outlaws might see us as an easy target. Even so, if anyone should give the Dustwatch the slip, the Daybreakers will be there. We'll train night and day so no one will get the better of us again. Isn't that right? Right. And you'll teach us how you draw your pistol so fast, won't you? Well, we won't need to duel if all goes as it should. But on the off chance it doesn't, we'd best make sure everyone can match or beat my speed. We owe you a great debt, and one of these days I'll be sure to repay it. On that you have my word. Until we meet again. If you'll excuse me, I shall find a quiet place to rest. As I'll be here a while yet, though, do let me know if there's any way I can be of assistance. What are you not planning to take the train home? Oh, train service has been suspended, didn't I tell you? You never mentioned no such thing. Something about the tracks being damaged in the last quake. The tunnel was closed as well. An earthquake? Must have happened when we were still down south. There have been quite a few tremors of late, and a rather large one struck not long before you two arrived. I can only hope no one was hurt. At any rate, if you want to show when service will resume, you could speak with the station master yourself. Well, let's do that. The station is just over there. Alright guys, we'll find out what's going on with the station master and the train and everything in the next one. Like and subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed the journey, if you enjoyed the voicing. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and definitely a variety of content. And once I'm done with MSQ, more 14 related stuff. And with that, I bid you adieu.